Welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we will be cutting an advanced mullet haircut. You will learn how to incorporate and combine undercut sections with a bowl cut top and slice textured back section, showcasing different techniques you can incorporate into your skill set, how to disconnect, and how to blend and combine shapes to create a beautiful mullet haircut. We map out our haircut with a low delta section, working from the occipital bone through to the recession on both sides. We map out the undercut side zones from behind the ear area on both sides. And we map out a wide fringe zone. The last two zones will be the length in our shape. We start the haircut in the undercut zone. In this zone, we will be cutting square layers. We take fine, clean vertical sections. I flip my scissors into the eastern grip and cut a square vertical line. Section 1 becomes our guide for Section 2. We now remove Section 1 and Section 2 becomes our guide for Section 3. We repeat this process until we reach the last section. We direct this last section the opposite way to increase the length behind the ear. We cross-check this zone with horizontal sections. We repeat this process on the opposite side. We now dry both sections into natural fall, preparing our undercut zones for refining with scissor over comb. Our goal here is to remove this corner with scissor over comb. This will create a refined shape to our square layers. I refine the line with a point cutting technique, retaining the length in the top corner. When cutting a round line over the ear, we point cut up to the top center, and then we work from the opposite side, working back up to the same point. This will ensure you cut a perfect round line. Maintaining the length behind the ear. Retaining length and building weight into the top corner of this zone will make this zone feel more connected into the top and back zones. We continue the same process using scissor over comb to refine the outline. We use the wide teeth end of our comb. We work with a slow comb and fast scissor, continuing a fluid movement, removing hair from the hairline, blending into our square layers, using our comb as a guide. We now move to the top zones, taking parallel sections to the sections below. This section will be connecting through to our fringe zone. I'm taking a guide from the fringe zone, as I want to maintain this length into the front. We take clean fine sections, directing the hair down with a finger width in elevation, and simply cutting a square line, directing every new section to meet the previous section, continuing the same elevation and square cutting line. The reason we work with a delta section, directing the section lower in the back, helps us to increase the length into the back. Working with diagonal sections also helps to avoid weight lines from forming. We continue to take small clean parallel sections. Section 1 becomes our guide for Section 2. Using the same elevation and continuing our square cutting line, working from the front to the back, it helps to stand square to this zone until you have completed this section. I have chosen to maintain the same elevation to increase the strength in the line when completed. If you would like to soften your line, simply elevate your section a little before cutting. With my third section, I use Section 2 as my guide, and I slightly elevate before cutting. I continue this elevation through to the back. Elevating will allow for a small amount of graduation in my final result. Now I have reached the top curvature of the parietal ridge. I continue to direct all future sections down to the previous guide to maintain the weight in the top zone and also in my line. We continue this process until we complete this zone. The length we create in this section will help to visually combine the top zone into the back zone. Continue to hydrate all of your sections before cutting to maintain precision. We continue the same process as the opposite side. You can see I am using a different grip to cut this section. It's called the Eastern grip. I have a tutorial in the description below. You should check it out. The Eastern grip helps to improve your cutting results with improved body position when cutting, awkward cutting angles, avoiding repetitive strain injury. If you have learned anything new, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Do you get requests for mullet haircuts where you work? I know these days, most girls want mermaid hair. However, you should never stop mastering your short woman's haircuts. In a perfect world, I would only cut bobs, shags, pixies and mullets. Focusing on mastering short haircuts will change the way you see shape in all of your haircuts. And your cutting skills will improve dramatically. It's important to cross-check before moving to the next zone. We now move to our final zone, moving from business in the front to party in the back. We split the back zone with a center parting. We take a fine clean section. We elevate the section 90 degrees, straight out from the back corner of the head shape. I use the length from the top section as a visual guide. I slice this section by placing my scissors over the section, slowly slicing down and towards you. This process will flatten the shape in the top of this section, whilst increasing length into the bottom. We continue this process, distributing every new section back to the previous section. This will help to maintain length in the center back. We repeat this process on the opposite side. I have chosen to slice this section, as it gives a more dramatic and flatter result compared with layering. To complete this zone, I take diagonal back sections. I elevate until I reach the section from the top zone. I now simply point cut gently to start the refining and blending process. We do this on both sides. We now move on to the fringe zone. We take a forward diagonal sections. We connect the fringe zone into the sides by directing the section down, using the guide from the side section, cutting square to the side of the head. We complete this process on both sides. We now remap our fringe zone, taking horizontal sections. Now we would cut our guide for our fringe, cutting a square horizontal line with elevation 1 finger deep. My doll already has a fringe. I want to maintain this length, so I leave our section 1 and take section 2. Section 2 is elevated even higher before cutting a square line. This will help to create maximum movement. Section 1 will be blended with deep point cutting and channel cutting. Section 1 was disconnected from section 2. Section 3 and 4 will be directed to section 2. We now flat wrap blow dry into natural fall, preparing the haircut for refining and personalizing. In this haircut, I will be flattening the shape with extensive channel cutting, removing bulk with precision from the interior of the shape. I will be point cutting deep to refine the exterior of the haircut, reducing bulk and creating maximum movement and texture. I will be using a surface cutting technique to blend the back bowl cut shape into the length in the back zone. I am starting with surface cutting. In the back zone, I am simply holding my blades slightly open, running them gently through the weight line, slowly removing small amounts of hair, visually blending this area into the length. I complete the back zone, taking horizontal sections, elevating the hair straight out, whilst point cutting deep into the sections. I continue this process, lifting the top apex zone straight up, point cutting deep, straight down into the section, maintaining the shape of this zone. I continue to use a point cutting technique to refine the line in the fringe zone. Once I have completed refining the line, I use the point cutting technique to cut deeper into my fringe, helping to blend and reduce bulk. I now comb the hair to the opposite side. I open my scissors and gently run them through the hair, following the head shape. This is called channel cutting. I repeat this process, directing my scissors the opposite way, before continuing around the head. Channel cutting removes bulk from the interior of the shape. It's an incredible tool for flattening shapes whilst creating movement in the ends of your haircut. We now complete the refining process, using our comb, to elevate the top, bowl cut zone, point cutting even deeper, into each section, working our way around the head. How do you know when your haircut is finished? I know when I have finished, when the shape looks amazing, without products. This is the end result. Do you love it as much as I do? Let me know in the comments below. Also do me a favor, rock my world by hitting the like and subscribe icons. Massive thank you for supporting my channel with view time. I do appreciate every minute. My intention for this tutorial was to teach you as many skills as possible in one haircut. Whether you like the haircut or not, these skills will help you to become an even better haircutter. I know for myself, focusing on advanced short women's haircuts was and still is a game changer. Mermaid hair and constant long layers does get a little boring. I hope you enjoyed the past 17 minutes. I will see you legends next week.